Hey guys, what's going on? In this video I want to quickly show you how you can create this grid tile effect in DaVinci Resolve while staying completely on the edit page. You don't need Fusion at all. So yeah, let's jump into it. So first in DaVinci, you want to drag two of your clips in your timeline. I've already did that. I have this one here and this one here. Make sure they are more or less static, but also think if you're moving, at least make sure that it's somewhat smooth. So to create this tile effect, it's kind of simple. First, go to Effect on the top left and search for Adjustment Clip. Because with this adjustment clip, let's drag it over here, you want to create a grid effect. For that, again, go to Effect and look for Grid. Make sure you're searching under Resolve FX. And then you can drag and drop this grid effect onto your adjustment clip. Let me zoom in so I can see my timeline better. And here you can decide how many tiles you want. If you prefer 3x3 or 2x2 or something else. Just click on the adjustment clip, go on the top right, and here where it says row and column cells, you can adjust it. So let's go in this case for 3 and 3 and set the line color to black. What you also might notice right now is that these lines, if we zoom in, are not the same width and height. For that, you can easily adjust that here on the right side as well. Just drag this. So maybe something a little bit thinner for both of them. Maybe something like this. Amazing. How the effect works is basically that you transition from one of your clips to your next one. For that, we actually need quite a bit of room. So let's make sure that we have enough room. Let's pull this adjustment clip all the way to the top. Maybe something like this. And because I want to transition from this clip right here to this next one, what I want to do is overlap them at one point. So let's say I want to hold this clip right here until here, and here I want to start these different new tiles appear. The way I do it is I use this clip right here and drag it all the way to the front, and now I want to copy it 8 more times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you can do that by just pressing Option and then dragging it, or copy and pasting it, doesn't really matter. And ideally now I should have 9 clips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Perfect. Afterwards, let's go one by one. So let's select all except the first one and press D to disable them. Alternatively, to enable and disable the clip, you can just right click and go to enable and disable clip. With the first one selected, let's make sure that each of them only fill out one of those tiles. How we can do that is if we have this clip selected, on the right hand side, you have this cropping window right here. You might need to adjust your workspace and zoom in maybe a bit to make sure that you can actually see the first tile. Also, for this demonstration purpose, let's go to adjustment clip again where our grid effect is. Let's go to effects on the top right side. Again, change our line color just so that we better see where the next tile would start. Then we can go back to our clip again, and using the crop left, right, top and bottom, we can adjust the crop so that we go tile by tile. Meaning right now, let's drag this slider right here and just make sure that we stop at this point. We can do the same the right slider. If you need to make more nuanced changes, you can also just hover and then drag over the number. This way we have the first tile covered. Next up, we will click on our clip and disable this one and then enable the second one. And we will do the same for this next tile. Adjust the bottom, then adjust the left, and we can easily just copy it and paste it onto the right. Also get rid of the right side. Let me quickly do all the other tiles, but the concept stays the same. You just want to go one by one and make sure that at the end you have like all of them separately in those different tiles using the cropping tool. Amazing. Now let's zoom out and enable everything. And basically this will look like a full clip, right? Except that all of those tiles are now individual. Afterwards we can start moving them, but instead of moving them like physically like this one here, you rather want to adjust the timing like this, because otherwise you would move the whole timing of the entire clip, and all of those 9 different clips have to stay in sync so that the footage still looks like one clip. Let's say we want to start from the top left and then slowly appear all the way to the bottom. So that means this bottom one would be the first one to appear. Then using our arrow button on our keyboard, we can go one keyframe to the right and then grab the second one, because then this one here appears. Next up, let's choose this middle left tile to appear, which is, I believe, this one right here. Then again, go one keyframe to the right. Then I want this top right tile to appear, which is the third clip. Then again, one keyframe to the right. Then lastly, I think this one here is missing, which is this clip, I believe. And then at the very end, the very clip on the top. If I start here, you can see that they slowly appear one by one. At this point, I can also go to the adjustment clip again, click on the effect and change the line color to black. And basically that's the effect, to be honest. If I go to the start and press play, it looks like this. but there can actually be 2 more steps that you can do to improve this effect even more. For the first one, let's zoom into our timeline a bit more and click on the first clip. Here, you want to go to composite and change the normal composite mode to add. As you can see, using add, this whole frame gets brighter. Then go with your playhead to the beginning of the next clip. Still click on the first one and using the blade tool, cut it in half. Then go to the second half, go to composite again and change it to normal. So basically you have one frame that's kind of a little bit transparent but very bright. So you go from not seeing the tile to having a bright tile, then seeing the tile completely. And you want to continue the process for the other tiles as well. You can also go to the second one first, cut it, leave it at normal, and then just select the first half of it and adjust the composition mode to add. Then the next one, make sure the very beginning is just one keyframe and change the composition mode to add. And this way you create a similar effect that just looks a little bit better. And for the very last step, obviously what's missing is still sound. Sound can improve this transition by so much. I like using click effects or pops or paper transitions. Just be creative and do whatever feels right to you. And once you've added your sounds, you will end up with the final transition like this. Now you know all the basics, and that means basically you can play around with whatever transition you want to create because you can individually turn on and off these tiles. So you can have multiple tiles appear at once, have a transition from left to right, top to bottom, just the diagonals first, or even create a bigger grid like 5x5 or beyond. I hope you enjoyed today's video. As always, thank you so much for watching until the very end, and I will catch you in the next one.